Welcome, friends of the Greasy Shop Rag. Today we're going to take a look at a Husqvarna 455 chainsaw. Customer complaint is that it's not oiling properly. Well, a quick look in the oil tank reveals that there is oil in it. And we're going to fire this thing up and test whether or not it's oiling, so we want to, put some gas in it. I think a lot of people drain the fuel out of their equipment before they put it in their car, because I'll get people come in with a complaint that things don't start and their tanks are empty. Everything looks normal here. Let's fire it up. Well, we should have saw oil by now. I guess he's right, it's not oiling. Let's dig into this a little bit deeper. I want to inspect the oil pump. I have to get the clutch off. I have the specialty Husqvarna tool for doing this. You'll notice that I'm using an impact, or trying to use an impact to pop it off of there, but sometimes you just need more ugga-duggas, right? Yeah. And now I grabbed an impact with a dead battery. It's kind of like, every time you grab a grease gun, it's always empty. Bam! That Makita hits hard. Alright, let's get on with the repair. Clutch is off. Clutch drum has been getting hot. Look how blue that thing is. This is our worm gear. This drives the oil pump. It's in good shape. This tin plate that we're going to pull off of here is called a chain guide plate. Sometimes if you see that it's ripped or torn, you'll find a lot of debris behind it. Sometimes that debris will jam up in the oil pump. That is not the case here. There's some debris behind it, which is normal. And this saw has like an actual oil pump bolted in it. It's not just the little barrel pump that you find on some lesser saws. So the line that goes from the pump to the discharge point, that was clear. There's our pump. But here's our problem right here. There's debris in the feed line that goes from the oil tank to the pump. And it's just sitting there jammed up against where it would have entered the pump. Now, it's coming out of here in such small pieces that I can't really show you a big chunk of debris blockage, but you'll see here in a minute. We're predicting a mess, so we're getting a bigger towel out. I'm blowing a little bit of air into the tank vent hole to pressurize the tank, and you'll see there's no oil coming out. So there's a severe blockage here.
She blows, cop.
There we go. Now we got oil to flow.
Right.
So whatever was in there, it's gone now. You can still see oil pumping out of that thing. There's probably still a bunch of pressure in that tank. Oh, we're going to put it back together and see what happens. Single screw holds that oil pump on. We put our discharge hose on and then our chain guide plate. Wiping the schmutz off the crankshaft. Make sure you put this screw in before you put the clutch drum on because you can't access it with the drum in place. So we've got a new drum, a new clutch bearing, and a new clutch. Here's your part number for the clutch. Here's your part number for the drum. And the bearing came with the drum. Why am I replacing the clutch? Well, I don't even need to measure this to know it's worn. Look at this raised lip on the new clutch compared to the old one. I mean, there's a lot of material missing there. Them springs got really hot. They're probably not working the way they're supposed to. Oh, it's all getting new. We'll grease our clutch bearing. Slap the drum on there. Make sure you line up the end of the drum with the worm gear, because it's the drum drives the worm. And we'll spin our clutch on. Make sure everything turns free. Looks good. I guess there wasn't any pressure left in there. But what we're going to do now is look inside that tank and see if there's debris in there. So the weird thing about this repair is that the inside of that tank looks perfectly clean. There was nothing for me to flush out. So we're going to top her back off and see if it works. That's all I got for you in the Husqvarna 455 oil pump inspection and clutch replacement. Thanks for watching. Later.